What's up, boys? Today we have a picks and predictions video for UFC Baku happening this Saturday, June 27th, with the main event of Rafael Fiziev versus Manuel Torres. Shout out to Big Marcel for the graphic here. You got 13 fights, couple debutantes on the card, and honestly, a lot of really good matchups. I'm excited for this weekend. So let's jump into the card. We will start with the first fight of the night. Got two newcomers to the UFC. Tahir Abdullayev, hometown guy out of Baku, Azerbaijan. And then Jefferson Nascimento. Off the rip, you can see Jefferson Nascimento's got the O. But I'm kind of feeling like this one, the O's going to have to go. He's on a month turnaround from his last fight in the LFA. He's a really great fighter in the LFA, but I just feel like Tahir, whatever his last name is a little bit of a bigger fighter. Normally fights at 170. Looks like Jefferson Nascimento's last couple fights have been at lightweight. I'm going to go with Tahir Abdullayev to win a close, maybe split decision. Judges down there in Baku give it to him. But that will be my pick, Tahir by decision for the first fight of the night. Next up, we got Beksat Amakan versus Gene Matsumoto. For this fight, it's a really close matchup, this one. I think both of them have beat Brad Katona, and then they've, lost some honestly really tough fights. I think Gene Matsumoto beat Rob Font, but he did end up losing a split decision. And then Beksat Amakan got beat up by Ilya's little brother, Alexandre Toporius. So they have been beat up on before, but these are two really good fighters. I think this one's probably going to go the distance as well. Matsumoto hasn't had a finish in a while. I say that, and he probably had one his last fight, but for this fight, I think I'm going to go with Beksat Almakan by decision. Actually, you know what? We're switching it to Gene Matsumoto by decision. He's finally going to catch a break here. He's going to get the job done. And yeah, that's my pick for that bantamweight bout. Next up, we got Daniil Donchenko versus Theodore Berggren. I was honestly super excited for Daniil Donchenko versus Andreas Gustafsson, but it looks like he's getting another Swedish fighter here. Could be wrong. Hold on. Not wrong. Never should doubt myself here. But we got Daniil Donchenko versus Theodore Berggren. It's Berggren's debut in the UFC. And as you can see, Daniil Donchenko is a pretty heavy favorite. I watched a little bit of this guy in The Ultimate Fighter, and then a couple of his fights in the UFC, and he's got a really fun Muay Thai style. I just think he's going to put a whooping on Theodore Berggren. He's done it to better fighters, so I'm going to go Daniil Donchenko via early second round knockout. I just think he's going to beat the shit out of Theodore in this fight, so that is my pick for the third fight of the night. Next up, we got Con Ofley versus Javier Reyes. And I think I'm actually going to go with the underdog on this one. I'm going to go with Con Ofley to get it done over Javier Reyes. I'm thinking it's a late round finish, but probably a decision win for Con Ofley. I think he's going to drag Javier Reyes into deep waters. Reyes is coming off of a couple first round knockouts. Seems to be a really dangerous fighter, but Con Ofley's been around the UFC for just a little while now after his stint on The Ultimate Fighter. I think he's just got a little bit more experience against the higher level guys, and I think he's going to be able to grapple and get it done, stay away from Javier Reyes' big punches, kicks. It really just comes down to Javier Reyes, I think, not being super tested his last couple fights, and Con Ofley, I think, has really been through it. But I think he's still a really good fighter. So I'm going to go Con Ofley to get it done. I'll go with decision here for Con Ofley. I don't know if he can finish him. Maybe he could choke him out in the last round, but that'll be my pick. Next up, we got Nursultan Ruziboev versus Andrei Puliev. Puliev is coming off the decision loss to Atiba Gautier. It was he was Atiba's best opposition so far in the UFC. But I think Nursultan Ruziboev is just a better fighter. As you can see, he has like freaking close to 50 fights. So I just think he's got more experience. They're both about the same size and frame. It should be a good striking matchup. I just think Nursultan Ruziboev is going to get the grappling going as well. And I think he's going to get it done via decision. So Ruziboev is my pick for that middleweight bout. Next up, we got a pretty young, exciting prospect, Abdulrahman Yakiaev. He is fighting Julius Walker, who is fairly new to the UFC. I think has 2 losses in the UFC, couple close fights, and he got knocked out by Dustin Jacoby, I believe, in his last fight. And Jacoby's no slouch in the light heavyweight division. So I will say Abdulrahman Yakiaev, I think he has 3 finishes now in the UFC. Maybe 1 knockout, 2 submissions, something like that. But his last one, he didn't look completely locked in. It wasn't a very great opponent. He did get like a quick submission finish, but if he starts messing around or he isn't completely prepared for this fight, I do think Julius Walker could give him a decent run for his money, because I think Julius Walker's given a couple people some good fights. Let's just go ahead and check. I'm pretty sure Alonzo Menifield is my guess here. Yeah, split decision with Alonzo Menifield. So Abdulrahman can't mess around, but I think he gets it done with I'm going to go with a round 2 TKO for Abdulrahman Yakiaev. And then we'll move on to I think it's a featured prelim. Interesting fight here. You got Eric Nolan, who took a fight against Bayangar Susakayev, Khamzat Chimaev's training partner, on short notice. He put up a pretty good fight in the first and second rounds. I believe he broke his leg or something in the second round and then got finished by Singur. I do think Susakayev's a little bit overrated, so the good fight that he put up against him, I'm not rating that as high anymore. With that being said, I'm going to go with the undefeated fighter out of Azerbaijan, Farman Hassanov, to get the win. And I'm going to say he gets it done with a third round TKO on this one. So I think he'll just get it done in his home nation. Crowd will be nice and loud. He'll keep his O. Eric Nolan's a solid fighter. I just think it's going to be a really unfortunate start to his UFC career. Hopefully he can get one more fight after this, or maybe he wins. I could be completely wrong. So moving on to the main card. I'm sure hoping it's the main card. We got Abus Magomedov versus Michel Oleksiejczuk. Let's give it a check, see if we are on the main card. Yup, we did just enter the main card. It's a pretty exciting one, honestly, and it starts off with this banger of a fight. I'm never gonna forgive Abus Magomedov for his fucking stinker that I had to watch in Kansas City a year ago. But with that being said, I think Michal Oleksiejczuk, ever since he has started fighting with the Fighting Nerds, or training with the Fighting Nerds, I should say, he's been on a hot streak. He's been looking like a really great, a completely new fighter. I think Oleksiejczuk's going to get it done with a third round finish. Whether it's a submission or a TKO, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like that's kind of a coin flip, but I'd go third round finish here for Michal Oleksiejczuk. Both of these fighters actually, funny enough, lost to Kyle Baralho, but now one of them is coached by Kyle Baralho. So I think that with the game plan from Baralho for Oleg Zajac, I just think he'll be able to put together a really good, complete fight, and I think even find a finish when Abus Magomedov's all tired and tuckered out in the third round. So we go third round finish there. Next up, we got Bruno Ferreira versus Ikram Alaskarov. I love Bruno Ferreira, so I'm going to be rooting for him, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get it done against Alaskarov. Ikram's a really good fighter. Looks like these guys about the same age, and Bruno's just a little bit smaller, but for sure girthier, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I just think Ikram's going to be a little bit more of a complete fighter. I know Bruno Ferreira had some troubles with Abus Magomedov, who we just talked about, and honestly, Ikram reminds me of Abus quite a bit. We'll see if Bruno can make the changes. He was winning. I think he was winning that fight against Abus Magomedov until he got, want to say, submitted, but finished late in the fight, third round, I want to say. So I'm going to be going Ikram Alaskarov to do a similar thing to Bruno, and I think he's going to find a finish late second round, early third round, and get the job done. Next up, we have another one of my favorite fighters. We got Charles Johnson. I think that he's a really great fighter. He's had some really good wins, but I think he's so active that he gets just unfavorable matchups. He's going up against Asu Amabayev in this one, and Amabayev's just such a good, well-rounded fighter. I think he's going to be able to get it done by decision, honestly. Charles Johnson, a couple years ago, fought against, it wasn't Beksa Almacan, it was, let's go give it a check. He lost a decision to Ramazan Tamirov, that's right. And I just got a feeling it's going to be something pretty similar to that. He's just going to get out grappled. He's going to land some big punches. Asu's going to shoot and control him, maybe threaten some submissions. And being over there in the Middle East, I think he's definitely going to get the decision. Should be a really good, close fight. Charles Johnson definitely has the chance to, catch him on the chin and put him away like he did Joshua Van, but Asu Mabayev's just really good. I mean, his last loss coming via eye poke to Manel Cap, so I just think he's fought fighters like Jose Ochoa, who's a dog, and completely out-grappled him. I feel like he's going to just do the same to Charles Johnson in this one and win via decision. Next up, we got Nazim Sadikov versus Mateus Camilo. A little bit of a lopsided matchup, in my opinion. I feel like Nazim Sadikov's going to, run it back from last year in Baku, and he's going to get another second-round knockout here. Camilo's a good fighter. I just think Sadikov's super dangerous on the feet. If Mateus Camilo can mix in the grappling a little bit, he might be able to negate it, but I don't think Sadikov's a slouch in that department either, so I'm going to go, like I said, Sadikov, second round, knockout. He's going to run it back like he had his great fight last year against Nicholas Mata in Azerbaijan. So, moving on to the co-main event, we got Shara Magomedov versus Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira, obviously another guy who had an absolute shit fight at Kansas City a year ago against Abus. Not forgiving him either, and I'm going to give him the same fate that I gave Abus just a couple fights ago. Say third round finish here for Shara Magomedov. Michel Pereira's going to get tired. He's not a bad fighter, but Shara's really dangerous, and he's going to find a way to put Michel Pereira out and get the job done. It's an exciting matchup. I feel like, the winner of this can get a pretty solid jump up the rankings. Probably maybe 10, 11, 12 ranked fighter in the middleweight division. So really good co-main event, but I just think the gas tank for Magomedov is going to be better. he's going to be way more dangerous, and Michel Pereira is not going to really be able to grapple and negate the really honestly talented striking game of Shara Magomedov. So Shara Bullet Magomedov by third round knockout for the co-main event. And then we're going to move on to the main event of the evening, Rafael Fiziev versus Manuel Torres. It's a really close fight, really fun, interesting fight. But I'm going to go with Rafael Fiziev. I'm going to say he gets it done with a late round knockout. I'm going to go, he's going to add his first fourth round knockout in his career. He's going to finish Manuel Torres. Torres is a great fighter. I just think he has fought a little bit of an older, chinnier Drew Dober. Really great knockout. Grant Dawson is a great knockout too. It shows that he can deal with the grappling and get finishes his way with the hands. And there's nothing to be mad about those wins. I think it's going to be a really close, great fight here, but he's going to get finished late in the fight is my prediction. Both of these guys have fought Bahamondes. Rafael Fiziev fought him last year on the Baku, Azerbaijan card and won. And Manuel Torres actually got knocked out in the first round by Ignacio Bahamondes. I'm not saying we should use MMA math here and count Manuel Torres out, but I'm liking Rafael Fiziev's experience against really great competition like Gaethje. Had a really close fight with him the first time and hung in there with him the second time. Did better than Ilias, so going with Rafael Fiziev to get it done in his home country. That pretty much wraps up my predictions for the Baku fight card. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a little bit of time since I've made one of these, but I appreciate you guys watching, and everyone have a good night.